Hare Krishna, everybody. Very good morning. Wish you all a very happy Ram Navami. Can we give another 2 minutes? I think we'll be having many more children joining us. Okay, let's just give another 2 minutes. Okay, children? Okay, so it's 11 o'clock and I think we can get started, children. So we are very happy to have all of you joining us. And on this auspicious day, I think everybody knows what it is today. It is Lord Rama's appearance day, right? So it is Lord Rama's birthday. And on this very blissful day, you all have opted to choose. So it's a Sunday, you could have planned to go somewhere else, but you have you've taken the time out and you have joined this camp. I hope you're all going to be with us for the next 7 days. It's a wonderful, wonderful journey, right? So we are very happy to have you all and wish you all a very, very blissful. Okay. All right, children. So we would start off with our prayers today, and I'm going to introduce our mentors to you, and you will also be introduced to your morning batch mentor. Okay. So can we all join our hands? Please join your palms, children, because invoking the blessing of Lord Rama is very, very important. So we're going to, recite 4 prayers. The first one will be offering our respects to our Guru. Second, we'll be offering respects to Lord Ramachandra himself. Third, we'll be offering respect to the most munificent avatar, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And fourth, we will be reciting the Mahamantra. Okay, I request all of you to please join your hands, close your eyes, and you can repeat the prayers after me. Om Agnana Timirandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we have our mentors here. Let me introduce you to them. We have Romani Verma Mataji. She's going to be your mentor for the next 7 days. Okay. She'll take you through this wonderful journey of Lord Rama. Then we have Satyabhama Shri Prada Mataji. We have Sindhura Mataji. Okay. And let me introduce myself. My name is Adi Gopi Harini Devidasi. So we three will be there to assist you. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, please feel free to chat in the YouTube. Okay. We also have Dhanraj Prabhu who will be helping us. Okay. Thank you, children. So I'm going to hand it over to your mentor, Romani Mataji, and enjoy these 7 days with Romani Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna Mataji, over to you.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, I request you, Adigopi Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, my laptop has suddenly stopped. So it's not working. I'm on my mobile. So would you be able to run this on your screen? And I will give
Yes.
my voice.
Yes.
Thank you
Sure.
so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for this last minute adjustment. Um, so, firstly, thank you so much for joining us today on this lovely occasion of Ram Navami. It is such an honor that we are being able to do this Ramayana Kids Camp for you. And today is Lord Ram's birth and his appearance day. And what we are going to do is we're going to begin the Ramayana, which is the kids camp, and every day we will conduct each and every kanda for you. Now we need to remember is that the purpose of listening to Ramayana is that we understand who the supreme personality of Godhead is and what was the reason why he appeared on this planet. And the word Ramayana means the journey of Lord Ram on this planet. And he took birth on this planet not only to save humanity from the demons and, of course, relieve the demigods, but also, most importantly, it was also to set a right example for how the human race should, be living their life as the prescribed suggestions, you know. And how can we live happily and prosperously? So, Lord Ram sets the right examples so that we can follow his footsteps and not just experience peace and happiness, but also develop our love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead and go back to the Lord. So, therefore, let us begin with this particular story. Request you to please change the slide, Mataji. Yes. So all our classes are dedicated to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He is the founder Acharya of International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Next slide, please, Mataji. So as you can see on this picture, there is a Rishi. His name is Valmiki Rishi, and on the left side, you can see Lord Rama there. So let me give you a little background of what this picture actually means. So there was a demon called Ravana, and he was very, very, um, you know, very arrogant demon. He used to think that he's really powerful. He had defeated his half brother Kuvera, who was the treasurer for the demigods. And because of his victory over Kuvera, Ravana felt that nobody can defeat him. So what did he do? He, after defeating Kuvera, took over his entire property you know, and killed a lot of yakshas. And drunk in his power, he also acquired a Pushpak Vimana, which was a piece of machinery which was belonging to Kuvera. Now, this was not an ordinary machine or an airplane that we see, these days. This particular Vimana, it was actually, having mountains and trees with fruits and fountains and rivers, etc. So when you're traveling, you are, absolutely comfortable. And this particular Vimana would be able to be navigated through the mind of the driver. So if a driver sits into the Vimana, he would think, I want to go to, let's say, Greenland. And then the Vimana would reach there. Oh, I want to go to Australia. The Vimana would reach that. Not through any lever like, a gear or a steering wheel like we have in our cars. This Pushpak Vimana was working according to the mind of the driver. So it was a special, vehicle. And, Ravana, he was very happy with his victory and he kept going after taking the Vimana from Kuvera. And then he was passing a forest and then he saw a beautiful lady and her name was Vedavati. Vedavati was meditating in the forest so that she can, please Lord Vishnu as her husband. And therefore, in her meditation, she was, just in her own, meditative state and looking very beautiful. And Ravana noticed that and he said, oh, let me go and approach this lady. So, without bothering about anything, he went there and he said, oh, beautiful lady, I want to marry you. And who is your husband? If you don't have a husband, I will be the right person for you. I'll be the right man for you. So why don't you marry me? Vedavati opened her eyes and said, oh, dear king, I'm Vedavati and I'm meditating because I want to have Lord Vishnu as my husband. So Ravana said, oh, who is Lord Vishnu? He's not good enough for you. Marry me, you know. And Vedavati was very shocked at this proposal. And at the same time, Ravana held her hair and tried to pull her onto the Vimana. Vedavati was very angry. She uttered some Sanskrit verses to free herself, and then she used her hand as a sword because she had that mystic power, and she cut her hair to free herself. But of course, by now she was very annoyed and very angry, and she said, "Since you have touched my body when I was meditating, I will not live any further. And when I take a rebirth, I will be the reason for your destruction and your entire clan." This was the first death sentence that Ravana got. Next, Ravana was very thick-skinned. He said, "I don't care about your curse. I'm going to go on with my life." He went on to his Vimana and moved ahead towards Lanka. And then on his way, he crossed a mountain. But as soon as he approached that mountain, he could not get over it. And he thought, "What is wrong with my Vimana? Everything seems to be okay. Why can I not cross this mountain?" And then suddenly he saw that there was a bull like creature on the ground, on the top of the mountain. So he brought down his Vimana and he asked the bull like creature, "Oh, monkey faced creature, who are you and what is this place?" And, that particular creature was Nandi. He was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. And he saw Ravana and he got very annoyed with his bullying and name calling. And he said, "Oh, wicked Ravana, this is Kailasha and this is the abode of Lord Shiva. Turn around and go away. You cannot cross over it." So Ravana said, "Oh, monkey faced creature, why should I listen to you? I will do what I want to." Now, Nandi, he was a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Obviously, he recognized that this is the wicked Ravana. So, what did he do? He knew that this is the Ravana who is going to be killed by Lord Vishnu. So then he cursed Ravana and he said, "You called me a monkey face? There will be an entire monkey race. That will be the reason for your destruction and your entire clan." As soon as Nandi uttered these words, the demigods understood this was the second death sentence and confirmation that Ravana was approaching his end. And they showered flowers from the sky. And Ravana, he didn't bother about these words because he was so drunk in his victory and his experience of high power that he did not bother about this. And he said, "I will not turn around. I am going to lift up this mountain and show my power and then move ahead." So he used his 100 hands and, uh, you know, um, he lifted the mountain. And when he lifted the mountain, he realized, "Oh, something is wrong. This has become very heavy." When he tried to move the mountain shook, and Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva were on the top of the hill, on the top of the mountain. And Mother Parvati fell. And at this, she said, "Oh, who is doing this to the mountain?" And then Lord Shiva, he said, "This is the arrogant, wicked Ravana." And Mother Parvati got very angry and she said, "You have disturbed a woman. A woman will be the reason of your destruction." And Shiva said, "Don't worry, I will take care of this." So he pressed the tip of his toe on the mountain, and the mountain automatically started pressing down, and Ravana's hands got stuck under the mountain. And Ravana was wondering, what has happened? I'm so powerful. Why can I not lift this mountain? And then he kept trying for years. And after several years and a lot of struggle, he was not able to give up and he continued to try to use his strength. But then the Rakshasas who were with him, they reminded him that, oh, dear king, this is Lord Shiva, and therefore you must ask his forgiveness and you must pray to him. And then after that, Ravana started praying to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, the kind-hearted Ashutosh, he got pleased, he felt sorry for Ravana, and he said, my son, what is it that you want? I have appeared in front of you. Ravana said, oh, I'm really sorry. And he started praying to Lord Shiva and glorifying him. Lord Shiva said, I understand you have understood that you have made a mistake. What is it that you want, my dear son? So then he said, oh, this is a good opportunity. Let me become a little more powerful. And he said, I must get the Pashupati Astra that you have, Lord Shiva. And then Lord Shiva said, okay, if that is what you want, I will give it to you. And he gave him the Pashupati Astra. Now Ravana was on cloud nine. He felt now nobody can defeat him since he has the most powerful weapon. And then he said, now let me see what will happen. I'm very happy. And let me head towards Lanka. So as he was heading towards Lanka, on the way, there was this kingdom of Ayodhya, which was being ruled by Anaranya. Now, who was Anaranya? He was the part of the Ikshvaku dynasty, the Surya dynasty, and he was ruling the planet from Ayodhya. At that point of time, there was no division. The entire planet had one emperor, and emperors are representative of the Supreme Lord himself. And he was a very pious king. Now, when Ravana saw him and the kingdom, he realized, oh, wait a minute. I have a very powerful weapon now. I'm very powerful. This is an opportunity where I can conquer Ayodhya and become the king of the earth, of the planet. So he went down. He put he commanded Pushpak Vimana to land, and he started, kind of fighting with Anaranya and his entire army. And when Anaranya, because of the Pashupati Astra, he obviously was hurt, and before he was dying, he cursed Ravana that your entire race will be destroyed by one of the heirs in my dynasty. And then he passed away. Ravana was very intoxicated in his power. Whatever curse he was getting, it was not really affecting him. He felt that he was indestructible and he kept going. And of course, there was also the son of Kuvera called Nalakuvera. Now, Nalakuvera, his wife Rambha, she was, Ravana misbehaved with her. And because of that, Nalakuvera cursed Ravana as well, that whenever he will try to misbehave with a woman, and it will be obviously against her will, then his head will burst into pieces, into several pieces. Now, these series of curses were a clear indication that Ravana was going to reach his end very soon. And therefore, the demigods were very happy that finally they will be relieved from the torments of this particular demon. And of course, when all of these incidents were happening, during these incidents, demigods, they were praying to Lord Vishnu that, oh Lord, when will we get relieved from these torments from this demon. He is torturing a lot of living entities on the planet and also disrupting a lot of other processes which were being managed by the demigods. So, in every way, they were really troubled and they were praying to Lord Vishnu. Then Garuda appeared, and on his back there was Lord Vishnu. And he did assure everyone, he told everyone that I will appear and take birth as the son of Dashrata in the dynasty of Ishvaku, the Surya dynasty. And that is the time when all the demigods were relieved. And Lord Brahma, he immediately instructed the demigods that take birth in the monkey clan and get ready to assist Lord Ram when he takes birth. And of course, now, as you can see on the screen, there is Valmiki Rishi, Maharishi, who is being approached by Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma is telling him that he has to be taking the responsibility of writing Ramayana and, uh, you know, um, describing Lord Ram, how he is, and also he assured Valmiki Maharishi that the planet will be very peaceful because Lord Ram is the supreme personality of Godhead himself, and under his rule, he will set the right example of how the planet can be peaceful. And therefore, uh, with Valmiki Rishi was very delighted at this particular news and information by Lord Brahma. In the meantime, Maharaja Dashrata, who was in the Surya Ikshvaku dynasty, he was very unhappy, you know. And remember, Anaranya, who had cursed Ravana, he belongs to the same dynasty. We're talking about the same dynasty, you know. So, Maharaja Dashrata, he was very unhappy that he has no sons yet. He has three beautiful queens, but he does not have any children. So he was advised that you must do the Ashwamedh Yagya as Putra Kameshti Yagya, you know. So the Putra Kameshti Yagya, as the word suggests, is whoever wishes for a son and does this yagya will get beautiful sons. So he was performing this yagya, and as you can see, Mataji, if you can shift the slide, and then there was a beautiful personality that appeared from the fire, and he came with a golden pot, and he gave it to Maharaja Dashrata, and he told him, "This is a divine sweet rice, and because of both your yagyas, you can use this rice to feed it to your wives and you will have beautiful sons." So Maharaja Dashrata was very delighted. He took that sweet rice, and he gave 50% of that sweet rice to his first queen, Kaushalya. And the rest of the 50% was then divided into half, which means 25% was then given to his second wife, Queen Kaikai. And the left 25% he divided into half again. That means 12.5% he gave it to Sumitra, his third queen. And then, with a little bit of thought, he said, well, the rest of the 12.5% also, I should give it to the queen as well, Queen Sumitra. Now, what happened was that after a while, he had beautiful four children, and his first child was Lord Ram. He appeared as a green, beautiful, effulgent emerald-like divine being with lotus-like features. Now, lotus flower is such a soft flower, and there is no comparison in English vocabulary, and therefore, the lotus flower is a reference of the beauty and softness, only so that we can understand or even contemplate the beauty of Lord Ram, you know. So, like his lotus appearance, Maharaja Dasharatha was so happy. And he had other three sons as well. Queen Kaikai gave birth to Bharat, and Queen Sumitra gave birth to the other two twins, that is Lakshmana and Shatrughna. Now, do you know that they were incarnations? So, Lord Ram is the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and you know, uh, Lakshmana, who was Sumitra's first son, one of the twins, he is Sheshnag. Bharata was the couch, Vishnu's couch, and Shatrughna was the um, the Sudarshan Chakra. So they had appeared on this planet as brothers and to assist Lord Ram. Now, in the meantime, of course, the four sons of Maharaja Dasharatha, they were giving pleasure to Maharaja Dasharatha as a father, to their mother, and the entire kingdom was in bliss. Because when they used to look at all the four brothers, they were at peace and happiness and a lot of satisfaction that they would experience, right? And therefore, it was a very beautiful time. When the children grew up to a particular age, then, uh, you know, it was time for them to go to school. Now, there was a Kul Guru, a guru, the royal guru, Vashishta Muni, and it was their Gurukul. So, Vashishta Muni took all the four boys and he started giving them all the knowledge that he could. Now, Lord Ram is the supreme personality of Godhead himself. He is the source of all knowledge. But he set the right example of a student and of a human as well. We are born on the planet to gain knowledge from the right Guru and reach the God consciousness, Krishna consciousness through the blessings and mercy of Guru. So, all the four boys, Lord Ram and the three brothers, they learned everything and they were sometimes happy and serious, sometimes very attentive, sometimes very playful. Once there was a woman that was passing by the ashrama, and she was wearing this really big nose ring on her nose, obviously nose ring, but it was very big and looked very heavy. And it looked like she was very uncomfortable, at least on the surface of it. Now, the soft hearted Lord Ram, he saw that why is she so uncomfortable? We should bring comfort to the lady, the poor lady, she's being weighed down by that big nose ring. So he asked Lakshmana, Lakshmana, please do something about this. So Lakshmana took his arrow and he hit her nose ring, and the nose ring shrunk and became a normal size. But unfortunately, that ring became very tight and it started pinching the lady's nose. Now the lady said, who is this? Who has done this? I'm in so much pain. Immediately, Lord Ram, he realized, oh, in my attempt to give her comfort, I think she is uncomfortable now. So he took his arrow and immediately corrected the situation. And the nose ring came into its original form, and the lady was okay. So, like this, the four brothers were on in the ashram, and they acquired a lot of knowledge. And after reaching a particular age and completing their course, they went back to Maharaja Dashrath. who was so delighted to stay with his sons, and they were spending a very good time. But one day, Vishwamitra Muni came to the planet, and this particular video that we're going to play is going to help you understand this. So, yes, what we will do is we will play the video for you, but let me give you a quick background so that you will understand the video properly. Now, Vishwamitra Muni was conducting a lot of yagyas in the forest, and this forest was called Tataka. Now, Tataka, in the forest Tataka, where all the sages, along with Vishwamitra Muni, were doing this particular yagya, there were these demons called Tadaka, along with her son Marich and Subahu. Used to come and trouble these sages a lot, and they were really fed up because they were throwing bones and all dirty substances into the fire, and they would stop the yagya for no reason. So obviously Vishwamitra Muni had come to Ayodhya to Maharaja Dashrata to take some help. Now Maharaja Dashrata welcomed Vishwamitra Muni. He washed his feet, he sprinkled that water on his head, gave him a good seating, and asked him, "Oh, dear Muni, we are so happy that you are here. I am the king, and it is my duty that I should obey all of your um, instructions. What is it that I can do to please you? I will do everything that you say." Then Vishwamitra Muni just mentioned that, "Oh, these are the problems that I'm facing, and I need Lord Ram to help me." Now Dashrata was very, very worried. He said that, "Oh no, that is not possible, because Lord Rama, my son Ram, he is Kamal Lochana, he is Aravinda Lochana, which means his eyes are like lotus, and he is, his which and his eyes open and close like the lotus flower, like the lotus flower opens up at sunrise, and closes at sunset. Similarly, my Ram is used to sleeping on time as well. So please don't do this. He's just a young boy." And then at this point of time, Vishwamitra Muni got very annoyed, and he said that, "No, you don't realize that you are the king, and you have already given me your promise that you will listen to me. So I need to have your son to help me, and you're breaking your promise." And as soon as he got angry, Vashishta Muni appeared and reminded Dashrata that he has given him a promise and he must fulfill it. Dashrata explained that, "Oh, these demons are nishacharas. They will always come in the night, and how will my young Ram, look, be awake in the night and kill these demons?" So Vashishta Muni reminded him, first of all, you're the king, you have to keep your promise. Secondly, you must recognize and remember that your son is the supreme personality of Godhead himself. He has appeared on the planet to help the sages and kill the demons. So keep your promise. Don't worry. Allow this to happen and let Ram go with Vishwamitra Muni. And as you know, Lakshmana and Rama, they were inseparable. They would sleep and eat together, stay together all the time. And Bharata and Shatrugana were also inseparable. So when Lord Ram was going with Vishwamitra Muni, Lakshmana also came along. And of course, then as uh, you know, uh, they went towards the Tataka forest, Vishwamitra Muni told Rama about, uh, you know, so therefore, Vishwamitra Muni was telling him the story, okay, about how Tataka was actually an Apsara who was married to Shunda, but because of Agastya Muni's curse, she became a demon, and along with her sons, and therefore she was just troubling these sages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video, and uh, my request is that you pay attention to the video, and then we'll talk about it further. I hope you enjoyed that video.
My Lord Vishnu, is there no one who can save us from this torment?
His name is Rama, firstborn prince of King Dasharath of Ayodhya.
Long, long ago, in the island of Lanka, south of ancient India, lived the evil King Ravana, whose wicked ambition to conquer and dominate the whole world caused pain and misery to one and all. And in Kaushala, a kingdom in North India, people prospered under the benevolent ruler Dashrath. However, Kaushala's capital, Ayodhya's biggest concern was that King Dashrath had no heir. On the advice of sage Vashishta, King Dashrath performed a yagya, the ceremony to beget a son. And as a result, he was blessed with 4 sons from his 3 queens. One of them was Ram, the hero of this story, born of Dashrath's first queen, Kaushalya. Whenever there have been crises on the earth, Lord Vishnu has descended from the heavens for its salvation. Lord Vishnu has 10 incarnations, and Ram is believed to be his 7th incarnation. When Ram turned 15, Ravana was at the peak of his powers. Ravana's relation Marich, along with his mother Taraka, was a terror for sage Vishwamitra and other hermits who lived in a forest close to Ayodhya's border. They disturbed Vishwamitra's prayers every day, and on one such day,
ॐ अग्निमीळे पुरोहितं यज्ञस्य देवमृद्विजं होतारं रत्नधातमम् ॐ अग्नये स्वाहा इदं नमः अग्निः पूर्वेभिः ऋषिभिरेभ्यो नूतनैरुत स देवानेह वक्षति ॐ अग्नये स्वाहा इदं नमः अग्निनालयमश्नवत्कोशमेव दिवे दिवे यशसं वीरवत्तमम् ॐ अग्नये स्वाहा इदं नमः अग्नेयं यज्ञमध्वरं विश्वतः परिपूरति
My Lord Vishnu, is there no one who can save us from this torment?
His name is Rama, firstborn prince of King Dashrath of Ayodhya.
I hope you enjoyed. Right. So as you saw that, there were these demons who were really troubling Vishwamitra Muni, and that is why on his prayer and his awareness that Lord Ram will solve his problem, he had gone to Dashrath Maharaj. And of course, as we move ahead, you can see in the picture there is Lord Ram and there is Lord Lakshmana there. And of course, what happened was that when they reached, so Lord Vishwamitra, he explained the entire situation to Lord Ram. And then there was this particular, Tataka forest, that they reached. And Lord Ram and Lakshman were very, very humble and gentle students. They were taking instructions from Vishwamitra Muni, and they were doing a lot of service to their guru. As a student, he was setting up the right example, and he was sincerely, unconditionally just doing service to his guru. As you can see in this picture, he would take care of his guru's needs. He would listen to his instructions sincerely. And the humble and the gentle inherit the kingdom of God, So because of the gentleness and humility, Vishwamitra Muni was so happy that he gave him all the knowledge that he could. He gave him all the divine weapons that he could. Yes, of course, those weapons would have been used to help him and to kill other demons. But as a guru, Lord Ram was a perfect disciple, a perfect student. And with full happiness, he too gave him 100% of his love through his instructions and the weapons and the gift of knowledge to Lord Ram. There is a very important point that all of us must remember. As human beings, we sometimes become very arrogant. We think, oh, we know a lot, we are so intelligent. Look at our positions. Sometimes, as students, we gain first rank, second rank, you know, or when we reach the office, we become big CEOs, etc. And we think we need know a lot. On this planet there is way too much information, so much knowledge that we have to know, but in reality we just know very little. So that blue circle that you see, that is the amount of knowledge that is actually there, and that green dot is what we actually know you know but with that red circle is the illusion in our mind. We think that we are the red circle and not the green dot, because humility suddenly evaporates because we think we know a lot. And that is why Lord Ram is setting up an example as a human being. It appeared as a human being so that we take this lesson from him. What a lovely, gentle, humble student we should be throughout our life, whether we are a child, we are young, as children at the age of 5, or at the age of 50 or 70 or 80 or 100. We must continue to be a humble and gentle student. Look at this graph. On the x-axis, if there is knowledge, there is y-axis, there is arrogance. And if you see the graph, when the arrogance level is very high, the knowledge is very low, and then there is this orange box that you see, and then when you reach that point, and then you actually wake up to the realization that yes, I know very little, and that is the time when the graph falls and comes to the ground. And look at the graph. The knowledge increases because your absorption power, because of your humility and gentleness, you are able to absorb a lot of knowledge. And therefore, any knowledge or education that humbles you and makes you gentle is true knowledge. That is the indication you're on the right path. If something is making you arrogant, then you must check a lot of other parameters. You must remember that you do not know everything, right? And therefore, it is true that the humble and gentle inherit the kingdom of God. You know, if you go to the next slide, you will see there is an experiment, it's a demonstration. There is an apparatus on the left and the right. Now, what you can do is experiment yourself. Take two apparatuses, two bottles and two, containers. Fill one container with water and fix a pipe to it. And take another empty container. Now, the experiment is what you need to do is place both the containers at equal length and check, can the water flow from when they are at equality, at a level of equality? You will notice that it is not possible. Then you can take that filled container on the bottom, and then you can take the empty container on the top, and then you see if the water flows from down to up or not. And you will notice that it is not possible. But the moment you take the filled container on the top and the empty container on the bottom, the water naturally flows into the bottom, that is the bottom empty container. Now you need to make a video of this experiment, and you need to post it, and I will view it, and I will definitely understand what is your experience. Yes, we have discussed this experiment in terms of it, but when you actually experiment it and do it, what is your experience? You need to note it down into that particular message box online, right? And please understand, when you do each of these activities, it actually gets registered into your mind, and it will always help you to take the right decision. And therefore, do this particular experiment and create this video and put it on the in the chat box. What is the meaning of this experiment? The guru is like full container and the student is like the empty container. When the student is in the downward position, humble, gentle, receiving, it is in the receiving position from the top to down, because knowledge flows always from the top to the lower levels. And the secret is you need to keep knowing how to empty your cup as well, so that you can keep getting that mercy and blessings and love from your guru, so that you will always understand that knowledge is just pure and it is not meant for being very arrogant. Look at the example that is set in the next slide. There was somebody called Michael Faraday, right? And when you do this experiment, when you record it, it will get registered in your mind and you will never forget it. So all the activities that are suggested to you in every kanda, please actually do that. It will help you remember this particular important understanding. Yes, Mataji, if you can go to the next slide, please. Yes, so we were talking about Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday was somebody who had given the world knowledge about electricity. And electricity is so important for humanity. But you know something? He was discriminated against. And uh, it's for at that point of time in England, there was a division of class based on money and education, and he belonged to a very poor family, a very humble background. His parents were not much educated, so therefore he was discriminated against. He was not considered as a gentleman. Gentleman was given the word was used for people who were well educated, very intelligent, and rich. And therefore, he was not considered as a gentleman because of his birth and background. And he was made to travel outside the coach of trains and eat with servants, etc. And Michael Faraday, he was always unaffected by these things, and he was always humble, very gentle. And what did he do? He gave the world the knowledge of electricity. And you can see this is a comment by L.P. Williams. He says his true humility lay in the profound consciousness of his debt to his creator. What does that sentence mean? That the consciousness level is at a level of gratitude. When you are feeling gratitude, you feel indebted, that yes, I am so grateful for the mercy that the Creator has given to me, for the knowledge that has come to me. And he is saying in the sentence, he was at that level of consciousness where he was feeling indebted to the Creator, that is God. And therefore, that consciousness was being expressed by him through the value of his humility, right? And therefore, laws of nature also became very merciful and revealed herself to Michael Faraday naturally. And therefore, Michael Faraday was also able to humbly share the knowledge, right? So, therefore, humility and humbleness is very important to absorb knowledge, to retain knowledge, and to express knowledge. Therefore, that experiment is very important. Please do that. Now, let's come back to the story. So, Prithu Maharaj approached his gurus, the four Kumaras as well. He was the king of the planet. The king of the planet is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but with the consciousness of responsibility and devotion. When the king executes his responsibility and his position, the arrogance is absent. He's completely human, humble. He's absolutely gentle to his kingdom, who are able to look at him as a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore, they feel safe and loved by Supreme Personality of Godhead through the king. And look at the king. He was so gentle. He was so anxious. when the four Kumaras came and he washed their feet, he gave them that beautiful asana, he asked them how he can help them, how he can please them. He bowed down to them. He glorified them. He was not flattering them. He was actually stating facts, glorifying the Kumaras in all his humility and gentleness. He was able to express the truth. And therefore, the Kumaras were also very happy. So, in spite of being the king, he was really being himself, just a living entity, the representative of God. So, therefore, being humble and gentle is very important. So then, of course, it also helps you naturally understand, how do you welcome your guests and how do you treat them and inquire about their well-being, etc. So education means one who becomes gentle and sober and cool-headed. Sometimes when we are not in a very, sometimes when we are in a very tough situation, the right education, which has naturally humbled you and made you sober, will be able to help you get out of that tough situation and take a right decision even when you're angry. So Vidya Dadati Namrata. That is what the Sanskrit verse means. Education means one becomes gentle, sober, and cool headed. And therefore, that is the case of of high flying like the vulture. Why is a bird able to fly and why are not land animals able to fly easily? Because land animals' bones are very heavy, bird bones are very light. So therefore, if we have to fly high, our mind has to be light and it cannot be heavy with arrogance. And humility and gentleness keeps the mind light and helps you be humble and cool headed. So let's go to the next slide. Right, so now coming back to why Vishwamitra Muni had asked Lord Ram to come along with him and, um, help him. Tadaka, the demoness, was really troubling him. And so when she appeared again, when they were doing the yakya, Lord Ram saw her and he raised his bow, but he got into the dilemma. He remembered that he should not, attack a woman. And Vishwamitra Muni knew that he is a very gentle hearted, ardent student, and therefore he reminded Lord Ram that yes, while your understanding is correct, but look at the situation. This is a demoness. She is harming us, and she is harming a lot of living entities. So, from a perspective of protection and taking the right decision in terms of this situation, you must kill the demoness in spite of whatever gender she belongs to. And therefore, Lord Ram, he placed his bow on the arrow and he killed Tadaka, the demoness, who was throwing a lot of trees at him, trying to attack him. But with his one powerful arrow, he was able to kill the demoness. So therefore, Lord Ram, completed his responsibility and relieved his guru Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra Muni continued the journey, and in his journey, he also gave a background or an understanding of Ahalya, who was, a lady who was cursed by her husband because Indra had misbehaved with her, and she was unaware that Indra, who had taken the face of her husband, she was not aware that that was actually Indra. She thought that that was her husband itself. So because she was, unaware of it, yet she committed a mistake according to her husband Muni, and therefore she was cursed by him, and he gave her the punishment that she will become a stone, but she will be relieved by the appearance of Lord Ram on the planet, and therefore she was waiting for a very long period of time. And Gautam Muni, who was her son, was also praying that when will his mother be released from the curse. So when Lord Ram completed his responsibility of killing Tadaka, and as they went ahead, Vishwamitra Muni gave the background of this particular story, and he also liberated Ahalya by placing the lower part of his feet on the stone, and she transformed into this beautiful lady, and she paid obeisances to Lord Ram, and she went back to Godhead, liberated into her original form. So this incident is mainly that Lord Ram had come, and has set the example that how he relieves and liberates souls, innocent souls, right? And therefore, this his journey was going towards Mithila. Vishwamitra Muni was invited by King Janaka, who was ruling Mithila, and he had put a condition that there was a bow, a very powerful, strong, large bow, which belonged to Lord Shiva. If some person, if a suitor puts the thread on the bow, he will marry his daughter Sita. And Vishwamitra Muni narrated this story to Lord Ram, and he said, "We are going to Mithila to see the Swayamvara and this event." Lord Ram was very excited. He said, "Oh, I want to look at that bow, how big it is, how powerful it is." And when they went to Mithila, Maharaja Janaka, received Vishwamitra Muni and Lord Ram and Lord Lakshmana. And of course, that was the first time when Lord Ram had seen Mother Sita as well. And of course, while there were a lot of suitors who all failed miserably, when Lord Ram was requested that please attempt this as well and put the thread on the bow, Lord Ram, as gentle as he is, he went and he picked up the bow, and he picked it up so easily, like an elephant picks up sugarcane in his trunk, because he was the supreme personality of Godhead. And he just picked up that bow of Lord Shiva. He put the thread on the bow, but not only was he successful in putting the thread, the bow was also broken by Lord Rama's strength, and everyone was very happy, including Mother Sita, because she saw that now she was going to marry lovely, gentle Lord Ram. And everyone was very happy. King Janaka was so happy to have such a lovely son in law. And also, he invited Maharaja Dashrata to please come with the entire kingdom to celebrate this wedding. And that crowd, that number was so huge that when Maharaja Dashrata reached Mithila, he was at the doorstep. The last person in that entire group was at the border of Ayodhya, just leaving Ayodhya. So that entire queue was occupying the entire path between Ayodhya and Mithila, and it was completely crowded. So that many people had come to see that particular wedding, and they were so happy to see their favorite Lord Ram, the heir of their kingdom, getting married to lovely Mother Sita. And so they got married, of course, and Janaka had his second daughter, Urmila. He got her married to Lakshmana, and his younger daughters, Mandavi and Sukriti, they were married to Bharat as well as Shatrughna. and they happily reached back to Ayodhya after marrying the beautiful princesses. And the entire kingdom was so happy that their Lord Ram, he has got such beautiful wife, Princess Sita. They were very happy. Everybody was very satisfied, and Lord Ram and Mother Sita were also very happy. Every parents were very happy, you know. And so as we move on, uh, now Mother Sita, uh, as soon as they got married, uh, Maharaja Dashrata was in the process of thinking what's next. But that will come in the next kanda. Let's go through the video to understand what we have just heard and discussed. Yes, we are in the process of playing the video for you, right? And in case there are any questions, you can type those questions in the chat box, and we will be more than happy to answer them answer them for you. And we can also discuss that later on in the future sessions.
O sage of sages, my court is indeed blessed by your presence. What is it that you desire of me? Let me fulfill your command.
O noble king of the solar dynasty, the demons ruined the sacred land, and we are in great trouble. I need your eldest son, Ram, to destroy them.
Ram, he is but a mere boy. I myself shall wipe them off the face of this earth.
This is a command from the gods. O king, do you dare reject it?
Dasharath, send your sons Ram and Lakshman. Vishwamitra is strong and wise and has mastery over every weapon. He will protect your sons.
Ram, Lakshman, come here, my sons. O sage Vishwamitra, I leave my sons with you. Give them guidance and courage.
Bless you, King Dasharath. You know, once this was a beautiful forest, but now it has dried up because of a terrible cannibal, a demoness called Tataka. Her son, the evil Marich, leads the demons who defile the holy fires. Ram, you must kill Tataka. That is your dharma, your duty as a Kshatriya. Ram, use the mantra. Recite the mantra.
you use the divine weapons? How did you learn so soon?
These are the weapons of the gods. And the righteous one needs no lessons to use them.
Show me, my Guru. How to use this chakra?
You will learn, but only if you pursue your destiny in righteousness.
Listen, oh! This is the great bow of Shiva! He who lifts it and strings it shall receive a great reward from King Janak. The winner shall be given the hand of Princess Sita in marriage.
Next, the Prince Jagatara of Savara. Next, the Prince Ram of Ayodhya.
Congratulations on your wedding, Prince Ram.
Years pass, Ayodhya grows and prospers, and the people love Ram, their prince and king to be. The four brothers live in harmony, and their future looks full of hope.
I hope you enjoyed the video, and what we're going to do now is we're also going to, play another video, which is the Nama Ramayana. And there are two sisters, Harshini and Janaki, and they are in this particular video. And before we play the video, you can see the beautiful city of Ayodhya. As you can see, if you ever get the chance to go with your parents, do visit the city and feel the presence of Lord Rama. So we will first play the video for you, and then after that I will explain the meaning of that particular video. These are Sanskrit verses, and to pay attention, and the meaning is also very beautiful. So have a look at this video. And in the meantime, if there are any questions, please write them in the chat box, and we will try to answer them as soon as possible. And I think the video is coming on the screen. Yes.
Shuddha Brahma Parat Pararam Kalatmaka Parameshwara Ram Shuddha Brahma Parat Pararam Kalatmaka Parameshwara Ram Shuddha Brahma Parat
Oh, that was such a lovely recitation and also beautiful voices of the two sisters. And the meaning was also very, very interesting. So, if we can go through the uh, word by word translation, we will not play the video, but you will see, the words as well. So, word by word translation, I will just quickly take you through that. And very patiently, I will pay attention on the meaning of, uh, you know, uh, this particular Nama Ramayana. Okay, so it starts with Shuddha Brahma Parat Pararam. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who is the embodiment of pure Brahman and who is superior to the best. Kala Atmaka Parameshwara Ram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who is of the nature of Kala, that is master of everyone's destiny, and the supreme Lord, Parameshwara. Shesha Talpa Sukha Nitrataram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who sleeps blissfully on the bed of serpent Seshanaga as Lord Vishnu. Brahmatya Amara Prarathita Ram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was requested by the Devatas, starting with Brahma, to incarnate as the son of the king Dashrata for eliminating Ravana. Chanda Kirana Kula Mandanaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who adorns the dynasty of the sun, Surya Vamshi. Srimad Dashratha Nandanaram. I take refuge of Sri Ram, who was the illustrious son of King Dashratha. Kaushalya Sukhavardhanaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who brought great joy to Kaushalya. Vishwamitra Priyadhanaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was dear to sage Vishwamitra like a great treasure. Ghora Tataka Khatakaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was the slayer of the terrible demoness Tataka. Maricha Adi Nipatakaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who brought the downfall of demon Maricha and others. Kaushika Makha Samrakshaka Ram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was the protector of the yajna of sage Vishwamitra. Srimad Ahalyo Uddharakaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who provided deliverance to the venerable Ahalya. Gautama Muni Sampuchita Ram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was greatly honored by sage Gautama. Sura Muni Vara Gana Samstuta Ram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was praised by the Devatas and the best of sages. Navika Dhavita Mritupadaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, whose gentle feet was washed by the boatman. Mithilapura Janamamohakaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who enchanted the people with Videha Mana Videha Mana Saran Sakaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who enhanced the honor of King Janaka. Ambaka Karmukhabhan Chakaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who broke the bow of three-eyed Shiva. Sita Arpita Vara Malikaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, to whom Devi Sita offered the garland during bridegroom selection. Krita Vaivahaki, Krita Vaivahika Kautukaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who made festive arrangements during marriage. Bhargava Darpa Vinashakaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was the destroyer of the pride of Parshuram. Srimad Ayodhya Palakaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was the illustrious king of Ayodhya. Aganita Gana Bhushitaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was adorned with innumerable virtues. Avani Tanaya Kamitaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who was desired by the daughter of the earth, Madasita, and Rakha Chandra Sama Ananaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, whose face is like the full moon. Pitravakya Ashrita Kananaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, who went to the forest following the words of his father. Yes, so I think we have reached, uh, you know, yes, uh, Bharat, 1 second. Pitravakya, 1 second. I think I've just crossed, scrolled too much. Just give me 1 second. Raka Chandra Sama Achanana Ram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, whose face is like the full moon. Triyaguhavi Nivedita Padaram. I take refuge in Sri Ram, to whose feet Kuha offered himself as a dear servant. Right? So we will go through the Nama Ramayan every day, and you will be able to, hear the various glories. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed the videos. I hope you enjoyed the narration. I hope that you had questions about Lord Ram, and and about any other aspects of the story. And please continue to join these sessions in the next Kandas, and we will continue this for the next 6 days. So thank you so much for your attention, and we will meet you again tomorrow at the same time. Hare Krishna.
Ramani Mataji, Hare Krishna, thank you so much. We would just like to, stress upon one thing here. Children who are going to attend every day for the next 7 days. Okay, so one is 100% attendance. Second is Mataji gave you a task today, right? The demonstration, preparing the apparatus and posting video, or if it's difficult, at least the photo, right? So there will be different activities every day. So one is 100% attendance. Second is the activities that you're going to perform. And third is we are going to have quiz every day. Okay, for the next 6 days, we're going to have the quiz. So very soon, the quiz link will be posted. Then Raj Prabhu, you can actually go ahead and post the link. So we would want each and every one of you to please take part in the quiz. Okay, and those of you who are going to score 10 on 10, right? So if you're going to score out of out, and you've attended all the sessions, and you've also attempted the activities that is given to you, there's a surprise waiting for you. Okay, so every day we're going to pick one winner, and the winner will receive the gift at their doorstep. All right, so keep this in mind and try not to miss any sessions. I hope you enjoyed today's Bala Kanda. So if you have any questions, I think we can take up those questions. Let me have a quick look at it. Sindhura Mataji, Satyabhama Mataji, if there are any questions, you can start posting it here so that we can, Rumani Mataji can start answering them. Yes, so many of you are asking, where do you post the video? What you can do is once you record it, please upload it to your Google Drive. You can take help of your parents, okay? And you'll have to share that link with us. Before sharing, just make sure you've given public access. Otherwise, we will not be able to open your videos, we'll not be able to see. You would have put in a lot of effort, but we'll not be able to see. So please take care of the access that you're providing for the link. Okay, and just share that particular link in the comment section. So once we end this session, the recording will be available on YouTube. You can just go ahead and paste the link over there. Okay, Mataji is going to take a look at the videos that you've posted, and it'll become easier for us to pick the winner. Okay, so I'll repeat, post it on your Google Drive, copy the link, give public access before you paste it onto our comment section of the YouTube. Hope that answers your question. Okay. Yes, the recording of the session will be available. As I mentioned, once we end today's streaming, the recording will be available. What did we learn about today's session? Yes, Romani Mataji, you can take up this question.
Yes, of course. So, we're going to cover the various beautiful lessons that we can learn from the various kandas every day. But I'll cover today's points. You will notice that we are talking about the Bala Kanda at the moment, and what we are learning today in today's session is how lovely a student should be, how gentle he should be, how humble he should be. Because remember, Lord Ram is coming to set the right example. And at every age that you go through, the purpose of learning and hearing the Ramayana is to understand the supreme personality of Godhead, the supreme personality of Godhead from your heart and not just the mind. That is the way to actually listen to Ramayana. And when you are noticing, we talk about dharma. Every time you hear this word, dharma has no actual translation in English. People misinterpret it as religion, but actually, that is not the right meaning of dharma. Dharma is the intrinsic quality of a living entity. For example, Srila Prabhupada explains that, like a salt, it cannot lose its saltiness. That is the natural character. So, it is the dharmic character, salt and saltiness, sweet and sweetness, wetness and wetness and water. Similarly, what is the dharma of a tree? A tree's dharma is to stand up fruit and bear fruits, give shade. Similarly, Lord Ram is setting up the right example of what a living entity in a human body is supposed to do and how to lead a life as a student, as a guru, as a leader, as a son, as a husband. So he is giving examples of how to live and the dharma. He is also teaching us how we should respect our elders, how we should love our our younger relationships, how to listen, how to honor, how to make the right decisions. He's also showing compassion and kindness. As we will go on, okay, as we will go on, we will see even in the toughest situation, Lord Ram is internally very, very clear about his dharma, and therefore his decisions and choices are always on the highest level of consciousness. He also talks about devotion and truth. And he also obviously exemplifies leadership and justice. So, if we understand Lord Ram from not just understanding the good examples, but also noticing how his devotees are exchanging love with him, we will be able to understand him as a personality, as a supreme personality of Godhead, and also understand what God wants from us as well and develop love for Godhead. I hope I was able to answer your question. Let's take up with the next question that I can see on the screen is explaining the experiment again. See, the experiment explanation, I'm going to try and simplify it as far as possible. There is a guru and there is a student. Whenever a guru is delivering knowledge, he is giving it from a very high level of consciousness. He is at a higher position, and therefore we students have to be very gentle and humble and receive it from a lower level. That is why the experiment has been asked for you to do it so that practically your mind will be able to register. It will be able to etch in your mind forever. So, what will happen is that when the full apparatus container is kept on the top and you fix a pipe so that the water flows out of the pipe into a container which is empty and is at a lower level. So then the water falls from top to down beautifully, smoothly, and the container is able to retain it, receive it. So, what is the empty container? It is us gentle, humble students. And the full container is the guru on the top. So that is the experiment.
Romani Mataji, I think we lost you there. Your audio is, I think the audio got disconnected. Okay, we are not able to hear you. So I'll just quickly summarize what Mataji was telling. How would you perform this experiment if that is your doubt? You need to take 2 bottles. You can even name one of them as teacher, the other one as student. Okay, just make a hole at the bottom of the teacher bottle. Okay, and one on top of the student bottle. You can connect them with the help of a small pipe or straw. Make sure you fill the teacher bottle, isn't it? Teacher is full of knowledge, right? And the teacher will have to transfer the knowledge to the student. So what you'll have to do, you'll have to hold the bottles in different positions and you'll have to record that. Now, what happens if the student is, kept on top of the teacher? That is, if the student bottle is kept on the top of teacher, will the water flow? We all are science students, so we know how it works. If it is kept on the same level, will the water flow? If it is kept, as in the teacher bottle is on top, will the water flow? So, well, you will have to let us know with the help of your video, and you can also give a small explanation as to when did the water actually flow. Okay, that would be wonderful. I would also like to add something here. Since today is the most auspicious day, the appearance day of Lord Ramachandra, if it is possible for all of you, please do record the celebrations. You all are celebrating at home, so it will be very nice if you can record the celebration and also post it along with this activity. If you can post it, we're going to take a look at it. All right, children, will you all be able to do it? You can just say yes in the comments. So yeah, many of you were asking, how do we interact with the mentors? Since it's streamed on YouTube, you can feel free to post your comments, any concerns you're having, queries, everything in the comment section. The chat box basically is what I mean. And there are mentors who are going to actually, on spot, they'll be answering you. If there's anything that we have to keep it at the end, we will be doing that as well. Okay? Yes, Romani Matsri, you can try speaking again. We'll just check your audio.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, perfect. Right. So, are there any questions that I can answer? I'm looking and I'm trying to see if there are any other questions that that needs to be answered. Right. So I see that there are no questions at the moment, but we will definitely continue this particular camp in the next day. And thank you so much for your patient hearing. And, in spite of, the initial hiccups, you have still paid full attention to this. And I hope you have enjoyed this and continue making notes. Please do the experiment, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji and Matajis, for all the support. Thank you so much, children. See you all tomorrow with another interesting Kanda. Hare Krishna.